Time to feast.
What's up, guys? First off, I want to say thank you so much for helping this channel hit 10,000 subscribers right around the time that I finished a year on the carnivore diet. And a lot of you were asking me whether or not it's possible to gain weight on a carnivore diet because there were days where I was eating over 5,000 calories and still losing weight. So to answer that question and to celebrate 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to attempt a 10,000 calorie carnivore challenge, where I attempt to eat over 10,000 calories of nothing but animal products over the course of one day and see how it affects my body composition and weight. So I'm realizing right now that I already don't look that great because I haven't been able to work out for the last 5 months, considering that my government thinks it's still appropriate to keep us under lockdown, but I guess it don't look too horrible. Hopefully I don't get too much worse after 10,000 calories. Now, let's see what I weigh. All right, I'm starving, but before I can eat, we gotta run out and grab some supplies. Looks like they knew I was coming. Honey is going to be considered carnivore for today's experiment. Another sale. These guys must know what I need. Yogurt. I didn't even know it came this fat. It was also on sale. Time to assemble. I was really excited about this when I had the idea, but now that I'm actually seeing all this food in front of me, I have to say I'm a bit nervous. Wish me luck. Alright guys, got here meal number 1, which I think is probably the same amount of meat that a regular person eats in a week, or more than enough to kill a vegan. Probably the easiest meal of the day, considering that I'm starving right now, so let's dig in. Ribeye. I'm thinking that if I just eat this as fast as possible, then my stomach might not have time to send the signals to my brain that it's full, so I can just keep stuffing it all down, and before I even know it, it's all done, and then my stomach just explodes afterwards. So this is like a bacon, egg, and cheeseburger, without the bun, obviously, because carbs are for fat asses. This is for kings. If you eat this, you're gonna be a champion. I'm sorry to anyone who's a vegan. This is probably the most disturbing thing you've ever seen, but for me, it's probably even more uncomfortable than it is for you. Burger and eggs down. Time to finish off this ribeye and beef belly, bitch. What's it called? Pork belly. I'm not a beef belly, bitch. Start to slow down. We're gonna. Can't you speak English anymore? Doesn't matter. Don't you speak English when my mouth is so full of food that I can't move it. Meal number 1, down, and I feel like after you finish a meal like that, you really need to reward yourself with some dessert. Dessert number 1, Greek yogurt and honey. Perfect carnivore dessert right there. That is 3 plates, well I guess 2 plates and a bowl of food down in one meal. Definitely the most food that I've ever had in a single sitting in my entire life, and I have to say that I feel pretty good still right now. Normally if I was eating this much food, I think that I would have to call an ambulance to get my stomach pumped because I don't think that I'd be moving. I think I'd be confined to a wheelchair for the next 6 days. And I don't know if that's a benefit or a drawback of eating meat, that you can just eat endlessly and then continue operating as if nothing happened. Right now, whew, I feel like an animal. I just want to get out there and get a workout in. Looks like it's been around 3 hours since my last meal, and my stomach definitely still feels like it's full of food, because it probably is, considering that I ate around a day's worth of food in one sitting. And I just went for a long walk to try to see if I can digest it a little bit, and I think it kind of helped. I only really threw up in my mouth about 1 time. Again, don't have access to a gym, so I'm gonna have to do everything that I can to get the best workout possible using just my body weight. So I think it's time for a lower body exercise day. Do some pistol squats, see if I can still stand up on one leg. Hopefully work up an appetite for my next meal. Pistol squats are even harder than usual because I'm trying to keep my body up and my food down, which is 2 pretty significant challenges. Eight sets down, 0 throwing up. Should probably save a little bit of energy in my legs in case I need to do another workout after my next meal, which I'm assuming I probably will, considering I still got around 6,000 calories to go. Since the beginning of this carnivore diet, I wanted to see if I could finish a full prime rib by myself. I just never thought that I would be doing it after I already ate a full day's worth of food, or right before I was gonna eat another full day's worth of food, but I guess we'll really find out now. right, time for meal number 2. The best thing that I can say right now is that I'm not totally stuffed. I don't still feel completely full from that last meal, but I definitely don't feel hungry. This is getting more intimidating by the minute, so I think I just gotta dig in and stop thinking about it. Cheers. Can't put that whole thing in my mouth. I'm only one bite in and I already don't want to eat anymore. I might not be able to go to the gym to work out, but this prime rib is definitely giving me a jaw workout. 1 slice down, only 2 more to go. I don't even want to take another bite. I can't believe I still have 2/3 of the way to go. This one time, I went to this place called the Coors Light Games, and they gave you unlimited Coors, all you could drink all weekend. That weekend ruined Coors for the rest of my life. I'm worried that's how I'm gonna feel about beef after this. I might have to go vegan for my next diet trial. I thought that I loved eating. I thought that I was a glutton, and maybe I am. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm eating so much of the same thing right now that I just don't even want to look at it. Everything about it is starting to gross me out. The sight, the sound, the smell. Of course the taste. More than anything, the feeling of it going down my throat and into my stomach. Okay, I finally understand why professional eating is a sport, because you need to really discipline your mind to get through this. Alexa, can you die if you eat too much food at one time?
I don't know that.
Well, that doesn't help. I cannot believe that I just made it through that entire thing. And yeah, I know what you might be thinking. There's a lot of little scraps on the plate right now, but it's all grizzle and fat, and I don't know why, but I feel pretty accomplished right now. And I also feel pretty scared that I still have another meal to go. So I think I better get up and go for a walk. Maybe try to get some exercise before I just find myself glued down to this chair for the rest of the night. I guess that all that extra food wasn't enough to completely help my legs recover because I still feel a bit sore. I need to find an easier variation. 7,000 calories deep, 2 workouts in, still not feeling any nausea. If I wasn't sore and tired from working out my legs too much, then I could easily keep going. I guess this carnivore diet has some benefits besides just weight loss. Eat as much meat as you want and still feel great. Just got back from a 4-hour walk/workout, and I think that cleared some space in my stomach because I don't feel like I'm going to explode right now, although I definitely don't feel hungry. But at this point, I know that whatever I'm eating has to have more than one ingredient because trying to eat that prime rib was absolute torture. So throwing some ingredients together over here, going to make myself an omelet, which I think should be a lot more palatable considering there's going to be a mix of flavors in there. Normally, that's probably not a good thing if you're trying to lose weight, but in this case, I'm doing everything I can to hit that 10K, to thank you guys for giving me 10K subscribers, and let's see what we can do. Meal number 3, somehow this has around the same amount of calories as the last meal, even though it looks significantly easier to throw back. The only way I'm gonna find out whether or not I can get through this is by digging in, so let's get after it. Cheers. 7,000 calories deep, and that bite was still the best tasting thing I've had all day, hands down. It's actually kind of blowing my mind that this has about the same amount of calories as that prime rib that I ate earlier, but I'm probably gonna throw this down in less than 1/10 of the time. Just goes to show that if you eat one ingredient at a time, it's really, really hard to overeat. But as soon as you start combining multiple ingredients, it makes the foods hyper palatable. There's clearly no way that I need to eat more food today, but putting it into this omelet form is making it really easy to just keep eating way beyond the point where I feel full. I was really confident at the beginning of this meal, but now I'm getting back to that wall that I hit with the prime rib where I got a couple of bites left and I really feel like I can't even force any more down. I thought I was a complete glutton because I never want to stop eating, but this is the first time in my life that I can say, I'd really like to put down the fork. Done! Although I don't know if I'm done eating because I need to figure out how many calories I'm at right now. Looks like I'm still around 1,300 calories away from hitting 10K. Fortunately, I have a secret weapon that I prepared last night just in case this was the situation because I cannot eat any more meat at this point. Got the last meal of the day, also known as dessert, which is Carnivore ice cream. This is ice cream that I made using nothing but animal products. Carnivore ice cream with Carnivore caramel Everything in here is either dairy, honey, or eggs, but this is where things can get real dangerous because that is legitimately the best ice cream I've ever had in my life. It makes me understand why athletes like Michael Phelps eat so much junk food, because you try to hit this many calories on a regular basis. There's no way I'd be doing that without some sort of pizza, chips, ice cream, candy, all sorts of junk food. It's just the easiest way to get calories in. One of the reasons why I was excited for this 10,000 calorie challenge is because I haven't had a cheat day where I could just eat whatever I wanted for over a year. Usually I would have those at least once a week, and I felt like I needed sort of a break from the diet, but at this point, I think I might have eaten enough food to give myself another year before I need another cheat day. Wow, we did it, guys. 10,000 calories for 10,000 subs. Thank you all for subscribing. Oh, I really didn't know if I was gonna be able to do that at the beginning of the day, especially after that prime rib. I thought I was done, but somehow we pushed over the top and made it 10,000 calories. It's actually amazing how decent I feel right now. Normally if I go a day eating 5,000 calories when I have carbs and processed foods in my diet, I feel like absolute trash. I'll be locked down to my couch for hours and feel hungover for the next few days. But with this all animal product diet, somehow I've doubled that number of calories and I still feel like I could go out for a run right now if I needed to. Maybe there's something to eating whole foods or animal products where even if you push yourself through that natural limit that your mouth is going to impose on you, you can still perform afterwards. It's almost as if when our ancestors were hunting, they might have killed a woolly mammoth and been forced to consume all of those calories before the meat rots, using that to pack on extra weight to sustain them through until they get their next animal, because you never know how long that would have been. So maybe it makes sense that we evolved to be able to consume as much animal foods as possible. There was one last thing that I promised you, and then it's gut check time. Wow. This is crazy. I feel like I almost don't even look much different than I did this morning. Somehow you can still see some outlines of my abs. I thought I was just gonna have a giant protruding gut at this point, but I don't know. Maybe when you're eating animal foods, you don't get any bloating. Let's see what I'm weighing now. So I said I was aiming at 10,000 calories, and we actually ended up hitting that target. Did not think that that would be the case after that prime rib, but once you mix multiple ingredients together, eating more food than your stomach wants actually becomes quite easy. So if you're the kind of person who's prone to overeating, I highly recommend that you limit the amount of ingredients that you include in a certain meal, because that alone will limit your appetite enough to help you lose weight. And if you're someone who struggles to gain weight, then maybe start adding some more ingredients in, because it makes the food more palatable and helps you consume more calories. But now that this challenge is done, I'm ready to start introducing some non-animal foods back to my diet and learn whether or not they can provide me with some additional benefits and add a little bit more variety to my life. If you guys want to follow this journey as I continue testing different foods, products, theories, and other interventions that are supposed to improve your life, then subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to get notified when I upload. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for helping this channel hit 10,000 subs. I really appreciate every single one of you. I love when you like the videos, leave comments below. It really makes me feel like this entire process is worth it. So thanks again, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week.